afternoon. I'm Nicole Holt, Director of Student Experience and Support at the University, and I would like to warmly welcome you all to this University of Salford graduation ceremony. Let's get going. I would like to thank Honeybee Jazz for their performance, which has got our ceremony off to a great start, and may I ask you to join me in showing your appreciation for our amazing alumni musicians. As you saw in the video, your connection with the university doesn't end here. It's only just beginning. Today, you join a powerful global alumni community of over 200,000 Salford graduates who are making their mark worldwide. Our alumni are shaping industries, innovating in science, creating in the arts, and leading change in politics, education, healthcare, and public service. We're excited to stay connected with you, celebrating your milestones and sharing opportunities to keep you linked to the Salford community. As you cross the stage today, we'll capture the special moment for you, and in the next few days, you'll receive a link via email to download your clip, a token of our ongoing connection and a reminder of the incredible journey you're embarking on as a Salford graduate. Before the ceremony starts, I would like to give you some pointers for your moment crossing the stage. Graduations are a time to celebrate not only your individual achievements, but also those of your peers. When it's your time, my colleagues in the theatre in the blue gowns will guide you to line up. You don't need your hats, we'll come back to those later on. You don't need your phones, and you can leave those on your seat along with any of your other belongings. As your name is called, you will cross the stage and nod to the presiding officer who will be stood in front of that big red chair. You will then continue across the stage and receive your graduation scroll just here, and then exit the stage and return to your seat. Most importantly, enjoy your moments. Guests, please can I ask that you remain seated throughout as a courtesy to others so they don't have their view of their graduate blocked or disturbed. At the end of the ceremony, graduates will leave first, so please do wait until they've made their way out before you leave. Please can all graduates and guests stay till the end of the ceremony. We really need that last cheer to be as loud as the first. Finally, may I ask if you will kindly ensure that your mobile phones are switched to silent. The ceremony will now begin. For those of you who are able, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
I declare this degree congregation open. Please be seated.
Graduands and distinguished guests, I am honoured to introduce our presiding officer for this ceremony, Pro Vice-Chancellor, Research and Knowledge Exchange, Professor Simon Green.
Distinguished guests, graduands, friends and family, I am delighted to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony, to celebrate your achievements and the awards you will receive. We are here today to congratulate you as our next generation of graduates, to wish you well and to tell you how proud we are as you embark on the next chapter of your lives. I'd like to extend a particularly warm welcome to your family, friends and supporters. Whether you have come from just down the road or have travelled long distances to be here, as I know many of you have, you are all very welcome indeed. In life, while there are always challenges to face and overcome, there are also exciting and sometimes unexpected opportunities, and the passion, drive, creativity and determination you have shown on your journey to date are all qualities that will serve you well in the future. Alongside the knowledge that you've developed in your specific studies, I hope that during this time at university you have also met interesting people, had experiences that have shaped your views on the world and learnt something both about yourself and others. Amongst all of the lectures, labs, studios, assignments, essays and exams, I hope you also managed to have some fun along the way and really enjoyed your time at the University of Salford. Now, graduation is always one of my favourite times of year, a sentiment which I know is shared by my colleagues on the stage with me behind me. We are all enormously proud of your successes, especially given that some of you will have overcome significant obstacles to reach the finish line of your degree. And I suspect that some of you may be looking with a certain degree of apprehension at the world into which you are graduating. Because it is undeniably true that economic growth remains elusive in the UK and elsewhere, that climate change is becoming more visible every year, and that our societies are continuing to age. All three phenomena have significant implications for inequality and social justice. What is more, we must seek to mitigate these pressures against the backdrop of a more dangerous geopolitical situation in Europe and elsewhere than at any time since the Cold War. Lastly, the various dimensions of culture war shows no sign of abating. This includes, for me, a peculiarly British spectacle whereby many of those arguing for fewer students to go to university have themselves attended some of our country's most distinguished institutions. And yet, before you think that this speech is going to be all doom and gloom, I think, and we can and actually should be, profoundly optimistic about humanity and our ability to evolve and grow. Because amongst the seemingly relentless negativity of the daily news cycle, it is easy to miss the many positive changes we are witnessing in the world. For instance, at the end of 2024, we saw the deforestation of the Amazon slowing, not increasing. Global life expectancy increasing by over 6 years since 1990. Giant sei whales being spotted off Argentina's Patagonia coast for the first time in a century. Thailand becoming the first country in Southeast Asia to legalise same-sex marriage. And the pay gap, the gender pay gap in the UK, falling to 11.6%. It might be hard for you to imagine right now what your futures hold. let alone the wider future for us all. And that is both terrifying and invigorating, because opportunity awaits anew. I think we can safely say that the coming 25 years will witness revolutionary advances in science, engineering and medicine, many of which will be driven by artificial intelligence. Certain types of employment may fall away, but they will be replaced by new jobs and roles which we cannot even yet imagine. 25 years ago, who would have predicted that people would earn a good living in roles such as drone pilot, podcast producer, or mobile app developer? In all of these changes and all of these challenges, the ability to solve problems, analyse critically, and work together in teams, in other words, precisely the skills that you have learned during your time at Salford, will equip you not just to understand the changing world, but to make it an even better place. As you make your way into your chosen careers, your generation will undoubtedly face different challenges to the ones my generation or the generation before mine faced. But I, for one, have every confidence that you will master these. I'm often reminded that the Chinese curse, "May you live in interesting times," is just that, a curse. But perhaps the time has come for us now to embrace this as a statement of opportunity. Whatever happens, we and our families and friends will also get together and celebrate with one another on very special days like today. And that is something for us all to cherish. During the time that you've been studying at Salford Business School, the school has gone from strength to strength, and you are a huge part of that success. Many of our recent graduates have already experienced great success securing exciting roles with rapidly growing organisations such as Peninsula, BDO, Expedia and JMW Solicitors. Among our esteemed network of alumni is Mohammed Daw. Suffering family loss at a young age and growing up in a war-torn country, Mohammed became Minister for Education, Culture and Higher Education of the Galmudug state in Somalia. He has dedicated his career to transforming the educational system in Somalia, widening access to those from poverty-stricken backgrounds, whilst transforming traditional gender stereotypes to provide more girls with an opportunity for education. With you today are many inspiring graduates, including Zanachi Onguntayo, who overcame her own challenges to secure a master's scholarship and is now going on to study computer science at the University of Birmingham. Gemma Priestley, a Law with Criminology graduate who has been awarded the prestigious Anthony Walker Bursary. This bursary will support Gemma through her first year of her bar practice course on her journey to becoming a barrister. And Adam Hinchcliffe, a most talented rugby player, graduates with you. At the beginning of his studies, Adam was awarded a scholarship due to his hard work, passion and commitment to the local sporting community. Adam plays rugby for Blackburn Rugby Union Football Club, which he has managed to balance along with his studies and working for Salford Red Devils, where he hopes to continue his career following graduation in the club's commercial division. You have therefore all demonstrated creativity and innovation during your academic journey. Developing cutting-edge creative and innovative practice is the core goal of our university. We continue to invest in research and education to develop these critical skills, to ensure that you are prepared and well-equipped to thrive as you progress into industry, into your chosen professions, and into what we hope will be a joyful, prosperous, and fulfilling career. Our investments into cutting-edge subject and education technologies have been directed at putting you in the best possible position for a career that will see many significant digital advancements. Whether you have used our state-of-the-art esports labs or our body swaps and virtual reality training platforms, you are now skilled graduates, already demonstrating the confidence and hope our society needs to do good business, developing a more sustainable and inclusive economy that helps everyone prosper and flourish. Our commitment to improving the environment and in sustainability is rooted in everything we do. something we hope you will take with you as you embark on your next adventure, whether it's in furthering your education, your career, or just everyday life. Because we believe that every small step contributes to a larger global impact, and we are excited to see how you will carry forward this deep responsibility and passion for the greater good of people and planet. This education and research philosophy is continuously being developed through our Centre for Sustainable Innovation. The Centre is catalysing collaboration between academia, industry and policymakers to drive sustainable growth through innovation in our regional and national economy. Since its inception, the Centre for Sustainable Innovation has helped more than 260 businesses, secured over £1.6 million of funding and developed 19 innovations, directly contributing to the region's economic growth and stability. As an anchor institution for Salford City, we share our vision for positive change, not just with partners across the regions, but across the whole world. And as you look to the future, remember, you are not alone. You are graduating from a university which is proud to be forging a pathway in partnership with our amazing graduates and our alumni network, working to build prosperity through more equitable and sustainable practices in law, business and management together. So these achievements are about what we can all achieve together as a university community. And I hope that you will be proud of your university and have that real sense of belonging as you move from being a student to being a graduate. Now, graduating is a fantastic achievement, and we are primarily here to celebrate your achievement today. And you have all worked incredibly hard to get there. So while today is primarily about you, I would like you nonetheless to express your thanks to family, friends, supporters, and indeed the academics sat behind me who have been so crucial in helping you get to this stage. I think this support deserves an expression of recognition. So graduates, I'd now like to ask you to stand. Now, your challenge today is to be as loud as you possibly can, and therefore be the loudest graduation we've had so far, in giving an enormous round of applause for all those people here and elsewhere who've helped, inspired, and encouraged you throughout your journey. Please give them an incredible round of applause. Thank you very much. Please be seated again. Now, today, this part of your Salford journey ends, but a new one begins as you become a part of our family of alumni. You have now joined a community of over 200,000 Salford graduates around the world. And even if you are half the world away, keep in touch. Let us know how you are doing. We'd love to hear from you and continue to celebrate your successes. Finally, I invite you to reflect on your abilities and social obligations as graduates and ambassadors of the University of Salford. I urge you to embrace our overall priority as a university, which is to enrich people's lives, to work for the benefit of others, to be a catalyst for positive change in whatever community you choose to live and work in. Seize the opportunities life gives you, cherish the moments of your time at Salford, and be the best you can be. As many of you will know, the university's motto for the University of Salford is Altiora Petamus. Let us strive for higher things. So I want to finish by saying this to each and every one of you. Be bold in your aspirations. Be resilient and courageous. Strive for higher things. The future is now yours to make. Congratulations, class of 2025. It now gives me enormous pleasure to introduce our alumni speaker, Dr. Idris Mohammed. Dr. Mohammed completed his PhD in 2024, focusing on building organic and inclusive institutions through strategic leadership, emotional and cultural intelligence. He now works within the NHS as both an equality, diversity and inclusion manager and as a project manager, driving forward inclusive practices and cultural change in healthcare. I invite him to address the audience.
Thank you, Chancellor. I think that title is still new, doctor, and I was like, who? Me? Yeah, that's me now. So I've done this in my head, I think, a million times, but I'm standing in front of you guys now, and I'm like, oh my God, this is scary. I want to start off in the name of God, the most merciful, the most beneficent. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My name is Idris Mohammed. The way I introduce myself in my vocation is annoyingly passionate about inclusion, annoyingly passionate about leadership and my research. That's another thing my wife says, that I'm just annoying, not the passion. So yeah, that's the title at home, annoying. I have two titles. One as given by the university, Doctor of Philosophy, and there's another one I've given myself, Dyslexic Researcher, DR. That's me. Right? I'm neurodiverse. I did my PhD. I wrapped it up last year. I did my PhD in business management. That was on emotional intelligence and strategic leadership, looking at how we can build emotionally intelligent leaders, academic leaders in higher education, who can support students like you, students like me, for example. And you will notice that you will be hearing beautiful speeches, but for me, it's just a PowerPoint here. There you go. Yeah, that's me there. Right. The reason, again, is because I'm neurodiverse. And another reason why I'm sharing this with you all is because I'm bringing my whole self to the stage. This is what matters to me. You shouldn't be apologizing for your disability or neurodiversity. Dyslexia is my superpower. That's what I told myself. A big thanks to university, faculty, staff, families, graduates. Thanks to the alumni team, and I think I'm way out of my comfort zone, but I'm here. I'm glad that I'm here. Proud to be back at Salford, and this is your moment. Please do embrace it. My journey at Salford. I started my PhD back in 2015. Now I'm very old. I took almost 9 years to wrap up my PhD. First in the family, definitely. Back in India, you can be only either doctor or engineer. You don't have anything in the middle. So, hey, I'm a doctor now. Thanks, Dad. Okay. Right, there you go. So, faced a lot of barriers. It's not easy to be neurodiverse, managing your full-time work, your family. COVID came in, hey, to top it up, made the matters worse. So I had to deal with COVID as well. But the good thing is I brought that COVID experience in as well in my research. And definitely another PhD, imposter syndrome, self-doubt. Can I do this? There's always there. Do you think, people will like my work? Will they believe in me? So that's something which stayed with me. What got me through? The framework I created for myself. Family, faith, and friends. 3F there. Family, faith, and friends. Special thanks to Dr. Jonathan Lord and my supervisor, Dr. Ernest, a man of deep faith. And I think that was my research about, having emotionally invested academic leaders who can support you. So anybody thinking of doing PhD, go for Dr. Ernest. He's a lovely guy. I love him. So there you go. Work, passion, and recognition. So I provide consultancy to organizations. At the moment, I'm working with NHS. The projects I work on is culture, inclusion, intersectionality, well-being, for example. Using my research, I love my research. I'm passionate about my research. So it gives me that opportunity to bring in that research and build inclusive culture at workplaces. So, and for that, recently I won an award. They honored me with the award, a Lifetime Achievement Award in STEM education, where they acknowledged my work. Past 25 years I've been in the industry, in education. And part of that framework was care framework, compassion, assurance, relationships, and empathy. The way I coach leaders is, I'm sure some of you might already know of it, or all of you might know about it, Ikigai, Kintsugi, and Kaizen. These are the 3 philosophies I use in coaching. So definitely we need to reflect on those philosophies as well. So lessons and mindset. You don't need perfection, you need a purpose. So it's like with my dyslexia, a lot of people told me, Idris, I don't think you can wrap it up. You don't have that in you. You don't have, without dyslexia, how can you write? So the first time I wrapped up my PhD, I had 700 pages. Don't do that. Trust me, don't. So 700 pages of research, and then it was like reflecting on that research and then trying to disseminate that data and put something together, which makes more academic in an academic format. So what I'm trying to share over here is, yes, I did my PhD in 9 years. It took a long time, but every year I learned something. So changing that mindset, I was like, why have I not finished it in 3 years or 4 years? Now I have 9 years of backed up research, which I'm using to change the culture in organizations. And I love that. And I'm really happy that I'm helping people out there. Oh. You're going to make me cry now. I promised myself I'm not going to cry. So I've always told myself that I'm not resilient. And my wife every day reminds me, no, Idris, if this is not resilience, then what is? So for people who are not married or looking for, kind of partners, you got to really think about your partners. You got a good partner. You definitely need to have, should I say, a compassionate partner. My wife told me to add this, okay? So I'm not afraid of her. Yeah, I love you. I think it's being recorded live. She's watching. Okay, so message to the graduates. You are enough. You belong here. You matter. Be annoyingly passionate about what you do. Lead with empathy. Include others. This is what I call in my research, intentional inclusion. I recommend you to read this lovely book. It's one of my favorites, War for Kindness by Jamil Zaki. He says that over the years, people have lost their compassion. They've lost their kindness. And it threatens our humanity. Kindness is not your weakness. It's our greatest strength. And we need it now more than ever. Thank you, Salford. God bless, salam, peace and blessings. Thank you.
I now invite Jeanette Gamble to be presented for the degree of Doctor, Business Administration, honoris causa, and invite Professor Francine Morris, Associate Dean, Enterprise and Engagement, to present this award.
Pro-Vice-Chancellor, graduands, guests, it's my great pleasure to introduce a remarkable individual who is a trailblazer for women in technology and a long-time advocate for diversity, Jeanette Gamble. I am very proud to present Jeanette to you. Born and raised in Lisbon, County Fermanagh, with an early passion for business and business management, Jeanette showed an early interest in equitable outcomes by pushing to attend Portora Royal All-Boys School, as that was the only school in her area teaching economics. Jeanette left Ireland for university and came here to Salford to study for a degree in business information technology in 1997. Her career began after her own graduation when she joined Morgan Stanley's analyst programme in 2000. Since joining the firm, Jeanette has held several positions across Morgan Stanley's technology and finance organisations and has worked in each of the firm's core locations, including in London, Hong Kong and Tokyo. Her roles have spanned enterprise computing, application development, quality assurance and production management, finance and enterprise crisis management, where she was instrumental in the creation of Morgan Stanley's Enterprise Command Centre and regarded as one of the firm's best incident managers. Jeanette was promoted to Vice President in 2006, Executive Director in 2010, and Managing Director and Head of Data Analytics, Technology, Infra and Web Services in New York City, where she is currently based. Jeanette is regarded as one of the most dynamic women at Morgan Stanley, due in large part to her ability to easily transition across contexts, including business, engineering, application development, and operational roles. This enables her to forge key partnerships across Morgan Stanley in both the technology and finance services industries. Jeanette has been a long-time advocate for diversity and gives back substantially through mentoring early career women. Most notably, Jeanette is on the board of directors for Girls Who Code, which focuses on increasing the number of girls in technology roles and is the North America co-lead for the Technology Diversity Committee and co-chair of the Women in Technology Committee. So you can see that she focuses much of her time on growing the next generation of talent, people like you. Jeanette was chairperson representing Morgan Stanley on the Global She Coalition programme, which aims to create a forum to share information amongst corporations so that they may attract, train and advance women in the field. Jeanette has also been International Honorary Industry Fellow at Salford Business Schools since 2022. In her personal time, Jeanette is a proud mum to daughter Amelia. She is an avid cook, blogger and food reviewer. She is a co-founder with her husband of Mindful Motel, a short-term rental company that provides non-toxic travel stays, which launched in September 2024. Jeanette's story is all about exemplifying how one can defy limitations and encouraging others to pursue their own aspirations. Today, the University of Salford is proud to present Jeanette with an honorary degree in recognition of her outstanding contributions to business. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, I present for the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa, Jeanette Gamble.
Jeanette Gamble, by the authority vested in me by the University of Salford, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Business Administration honoris causa. Congratulations.
I feel exhausted after listening to that speech. Pro-Vice-Chancellor, esteemed faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, graduates. I heard there's a little concert, so today is going to be the day that I'm going to give a speech to you. This is a moment that I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember it for the rest of my life, not just because of an honor or a certificate, but because it brought me back here to Salford. Since I went to Salford University, I have had an extraordinary life in many countries all over the world. 28 years ago, my parents left me. I took a boat from Northern Ireland, where my mom, my dad, and my uncle Eric dropped me off at my halls of residence. Salford is where I met lifelong friends, some of which are here today. My friend Melina, who also graduated from Salford University, and my friend Elaine, who was one of my first friends at Morgan Stanley. Salford is where I found my voice. It was where I really started to shape who I was going to become as a woman.
It gave me safety and freedom to discover who I was and who I dared to be. And I feel I drastically grew from an immature, sometimes selfish, young kid and teenager, sorry mom, to a determined woman with grit. 28 years ago, it's a long time, I sat where you're all sitting right now. I was petrified in terms of what was going to come next. I didn't know where my path was going to be. Salford was where I lost my first job. I remember coming home and lying dramatically on the carpet with my roommate Chris, crying for 4 hours that I was never going to work again, dusted myself off, and within 24 hours had secured my next job. I didn't know where I was going to go, but one thing I did know was where I came from. I came from a tiny village called Lisbaloa in Northern Ireland. I was raised by extraordinary parents. My dad at one point had 4 jobs. My mom at one point had 3 jobs. And what they showed me was hard work and grit. I was surrounded by extraordinary women. My grandmas, my mom, and my aunties. I mean, they were forces to be reckoned with. And they showed me that really, whatever you have done in your past that maybe isn't where you wanted to be, that you can look forward, and that your past doesn't define your limit. And that if you can't find the door, you break down the wall and you build a new door. Throughout my entire career, when things were tough or I wasn't on the right path, I built a new path for myself to get to where I am today. And when you're sitting, waiting to graduate, there is no map, there's no handbook, I had no legacy to follow, but what I did have was a mother and father who showed me that if you put your head down and you work hard, that you really can achieve anything. I had something inside of me, and you talked about it, just this passion of wanting to make something of myself, to make people proud. And as I grew on, I realized that I needed to do that for myself. I got pulled aside in my career and asked to have a voice for women and girls. And normally when someone asked me to do something, I'd go on steroids. I wanted to make sure that girls, non-binary students, and kids all over the world knew that there was a path for them in technology, because sometimes it can be daunting and scary. I also wanted people to understand that it was important to have kindness, and that kindness should be seen as a strength. Some people ask me why I've stayed at Morgan Stanley for 25 years. It's going to be my 25th anniversary this October. And it was because my difference, how I was, I remember my dad every year up until I made vice president asked me, "Are you still there? Are you still working at that bank?" Because he didn't believe that my personality and how loud I was and how brash I was might fit into that little place. But I was in a place where difference was celebrated, and it felt like home. What I've learned in my 25 years career at Morgan Stanley was that none of you have to wait for permission to change things. That you don't have to fit into someone else's mold. And then you're not here to replicate the world that we live in right now over and over again. You are here to shake things up. Taking that path is not easy, believe me. And during my career, I was asked to channel my energy. Maybe don't raise your hand so much. Maybe don't join so many extracurricular activities. Maybe don't post too much. And what I will tell you is that being on that path where you do things because you passionately believe in them, it's hard. And you're going to make mistakes. And you're going to take a step back, and sometimes you're going to cross a boundary too far, but you're going to learn from that. The world you're stepping into right now is noisy, and it's complex, and it's confusing, and sometimes, even for me, it feels overwhelming. Inundated with social media, misinformation, And now we're all getting to play with artificial intelligence and understanding how that fits into our careers and our jobs and our everyday life. But what I'm going to say to you all is run towards change. Run towards the jobs that nobody else wants to do. Run towards the jobs that people say are too difficult, because those are the jobs where you're going to have the most success. In my career, from being an associate to a managing director, learning and mentoring, when I look back, the best times were the hardest times, where I didn't have all the answers. There were times when I dared to raise my hand for the millionth time, knowing that everyone was frustrated with me and my voice was shaking, but I still put my hand up because I knew the place that I wanted to get to. Leadership isn't about titles. It's about taking the ladder and throwing it down and pulling everyone up with you. It's about being your authentic self and learning the things that you're willing to compromise and the things that you're not. And I didn't always get that right. I didn't always approach projects and my career with kindness. Sometimes I was scared to fail and may have acted a little bit too aggressive. However, you learn from that. And mentors are quite possibly the most important thing to have in your life, both inside and outside of work. When I came to Salford University 28 years ago, without going into all the gory detail, I was kind of broken. And I met this amazing person called Frances Bell, who worked at the university. And I trusted her, and she listened, and she mentored. And I always remember her for her kindness to me. When I have a day where I'm not as kind or I'm a little bit snappy, I try and think about how she was with me, and I course correct myself. We're going to do a bit of audience participation now. So I'm so lucky to have my mom and my auntie here. And they have not been on a trip since my dad and my uncle passed away. So I want all of you to give them a gigantic round of applause. Growing up, they were firecrackers. When people ask me where I get my personality and my grit from, it definitely was from my aunties. They taught me how to lead with both fire and grace, to hold the line for what's right. But the one thing that they all taught me, even my grandmas, to never underestimate the quiet power of women who show up every single day. When my daughter was born, my husband, PJ, knew I had dreamt about making managing director. From the first day that I worked in Morgan Stanley, I rushed home. I was living in a tiny flat in Poplar with my best friend, Melina, and I busted in the door and I said, I'm going to make managing director at Morgan Stanley one day. And he knew that. So when my daughter was born, he quit his job to raise our daughter. He was scared to tell the world at that point that he was a stay-at-home dad. Even now, the world sometimes isn't ready for dads that want to stay at home. It was hard going to mom circles where they told him he wasn't allowed because he wasn't a mom. And when we would be in social situations where they would ask him, what do you do for your job? It became awkward. When you want to have children, the most important job that we have is shepherding our next generation, and his job was way more important than my job. I think the world needs to support our dads and our sons right now. And whilst I have relentlessly spent my career fighting for women and girls, I really do believe that there is enough room in this world to help women and girls, but understand that our dads and our brothers and our uncles and our sons need community as well. So I wanted to honor him today. I have a daughter. Her name's Amelia. I think she's at camp, so she's not going to be watching. But when she does watch this, I don't want her to be proud of me that I won an award. But I want her to know that every meeting I walked into, every door I got slammed in my face, every door I kicked open, it was for her and every little girl out there, so that when they get to that door, that they can skip through it with ease. So graduates, I have 3 pieces of advice for you. Pieces of advice that I have learned over my career. Do not waste time shrinking yourself to fit in. Stretch the world to fit you. And when the system doesn't work, I want you to redesign the system. When the path isn't clear, grab a shovel and make a new path. And when it all feels too big and too heavy and too overwhelming, I want you to remember that your voice and your story and your family and your community, that's what's important, not your career. And I want to thank Salford University again, because I honestly believe if I hadn't have taken that boat 28 years ago and came to this university, that I would not be standing here today. And I do owe my extraordinary career and the amazing faculty staff such a huge attitude of gratitude. So thank you, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Graduands and distinguished guests, we will now commence the presentation of the Postgraduate Research Awards from the Salford Business School, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Dr. Jonathan Lord, Director of Postgraduate Research, to present these awards.
Pro Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Salford Business School, I present for the award of Doctor of Philosophy towards harmonisation of internal Sharia audit in the GCC's Islamic banks, Mohammed Saeed Fadloon. In the middle of the park, how brand equity exists within football official and fan TV YouTube communities, Maxwell Kamano. Sustainable engagement of stakeholders for social economic development in oil-producing communities, Nigeria Delta region, Nigeria, a case study of multinational and indigenous oil companies, Nabia Danutza Mohammed. Corporate governance and ESG practices in emerging economies, evidence from energy industry, Yusuf Nuhu. Fintech and money laundering in Nigeria, moderating effect of financial regulations and financial literacy, Nafisa Usman. Exploring critical issues faced by Chinese immigrant entrepreneurs in the UK, Mei Fing Wu.
Graduates and distinguished guests, we will now continue the presentation of the Postgraduate Awards from the Salford Business School, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Dr. Tahir Rashid, Associate Dean International, to present these awards.
All right, Chancellor. I have the pleasure of presenting the award for Master of Science Digital Business Prince. Felix Alater. Are you okay? Olufamami, arise. Doughton Awasika. Pariza Brahmavanki. Razak Bello. Sone Ebinum. William Amadi. Shililola Abirunke. Esoria Ere. Harshavardhan Jayakumar. Muhammad Khalik Zuman Khan. Vanessa Ong. Marvelous Magison. Fidel Amfafulu. Deborah Onyong. Sokomato Ogun. Baljinder Singh. Mary Sombere. Hussam Ziada. Master of Science, Entrepreneurship, Arinze Mawana. Roshan Ben Solanki. Master of Science, Information Systems Management, Abivola Akinola. Dea Nasser Siaye Al-Asadi. Olude Apara. Alessandro Filippi. Bawangi Kabari. Jordan Laurent. Rudolph Martiz. Rudy bin Rashid. Shushada Sitachai. Master of Science, Management, Abhishek. Amandeep Singh. Amikal Singh. Anurani. Balvinder Singh. Bikramjit Singh. Dalveer Singh. Gangapreet Singh. Gulshan. Gurpreet Kaur. Harpreet Kaur. Harsh Kumar. Jaswinder Kaur. Jyoti. Kajal Devi. Lovejeet Singh. Pardeep. Parveen Kumar. Prachi. Rahul. Reena Rani. Sanjana. Sunaina. Surbi. Sweetie Rani. Varsha. Vikas. Vishal. Sumaya Abu Bakr. Maria Adinaran. Ayinuluwa Akintoya. Oluwatamelo Akiwande. Rotimi Akpeji. Clement Assaye, Virtue Bennett, Divina Bitra, Peter Arunse, Abiola Fagebo, Muattar Fatima, Alice Halim, Vitalis Idachaba, Uwa Ignosun Kelvin, Asad Iqbal, Charles Isachai, Akinkumi Justin John, Faith Johnson, Sumit Kumar, Muhammad Junaid Yasin Bhai Mohsin Attar, Michael Omadevi, Dennis Amamara, Chizum Obi, Onion Chache Obeke, David Obeir, John Ogbanja, Damilola Ogunisina, John Olinai, Benjamin Oruba, Abidun Osunai, Margaret Owansoye, Harsh Power, Bhagya Prasad, Sapna Rani, Ankush Rohila, Sonam Senai, Karan Sharma, Sona Simon, Komal Sindhu, Gurjant Singh, Harmeet Singh, Harpreet Singh, Majinder Singh, Sukhwat Singh, Innocent Sunday, Pranavo Sundaran, Aikoruluwa Elizabeth Thomas, Chetan Tiwari, Gurjeet Kaur Opal, Goodness Onsonobu, Kagan Verma, Kartik Vadavani, Master of Science, Managing Innovation and Information Technology, Bhupinder Singh, Deepak, Ekta, Harpreet, Jasmine, Manisha, Muhammad Nadeem Uddin, Nandini, Natasha, Rajandeep Singh, Shivani, Umar Khalifa Abdullahi, Fahim Mora Abu Bakr, Aziz Adeje, Teresa Adiku, Kondal Onegu, Ibikunuluwa Ajaguna, Larry Ajua, Adeoton Adaladesai, Jonathan Amoha, Olamide Animason, Albright Onoze, Sundas Ashraf, Prinka Bai, Afokowen Bazoum, Nwamakama Aziz Makram, Tomiva Fasina, Taiwo Fatuna, Grace Florumsu, Aujikamko Fubara, Mohsen Hanzela, Kalista Ekedasai, Paul Ikmuloi, Asad Iqbal, Namita Jafet, Nabil Jibrila, Ahmed Koyode, Emmanuel Kuti, Nasima Manchala, Arun Monakar, Anthna Maran, Mukesh Mehra, Lalit Mohan, Zasharsa Mujib Rajina, Vinod Kumar Nala, Zara Nijabad, Justine Anjukonama, Ikechukwu Enjamadi Anwachukwu, Kasmir Ofaka, Afiz Olabanji, Oluwatosin Emmanuel Oladele, Peace Olutoki, Adimola Aluotoye, Chingozi Unuselogu, Chukwumurka Opara, Sevilla Rajukuladavi, Muhammad Ali Raza, Manjeet Sharma, Jasneet Singh, Nosin Tabassum, Akhil Kora Varghese, Hidiya Zoran Ejad Nikria, thank you very much.
We will now commence the presentation of the undergraduate awards from the Salford Business School. Again, each student will be presented individually for their award, and I would like to invite Dr. Maria Kutar, Director of Undergraduate Business, to present the awards.
Pro Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Salford Business School, I present for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business and Management International, Hussein Ma Abdul Karim Ali Abdulal. Mohammed Isa Abdul Rahman Al Hashimi. Waleed Isa Hashem Ahmed Ghafoor Al-Kahaji. Noor Brimo Hick. Naidal Mohammed Jassim Mohammed. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Business Management, Ahmed Mohammed Abahimed. Victoria Adedeji. Adeniki Adeyinka. Hina Afzal. Fatima Ahmad. Raza Ahmad. Akhlaq Ahmad. Mohammed Ahmed. Maudi Bazal Al-Madaifa. Ali Al-Bagli. Sultan Al-Dosari. Koda Al-Ali. Adil Al-Jaba. Humud Al-Jassa. Rataj Al-Mawal. Abdul Rahman Ayad Al-Mujlad. Yasmin Al-Rajo. Savio Augusto. Kyle Baker Hinchcliffe. Abby Ball. Kai William Bede. Ida Badadifa. Hamad Bamji. Haifa Abdullah bin Shaman. Lee Bowditch. Oliver Byrne. Olivia Byrne. Shaka Kashif Junior Banks. Mohammed Al Khalifa. Ellen Pedrosa Spirito Santo. Thomas Farrow Thompson. Christian Golding. Alvina Gull. Yashwan Hu. Damir Ishak. Nehemiah Jerry Ioha. Zainal Abdin Kakuli. Ryan Katumba. Ellis Kay. Jakub Peter Kazimierski. Asim Khan. Danish Khan. Mohammed Wakas Khan. Bhagyarishmi Komaravalli. Theo Littler Butlerworth. Samantha Malt. Sina Matlabi. Naima Mia. Marwa Mohammed. Olivia Mullaney. Emma Murphy. Muzamil Nadeem. Min Hien Nguyen. Zaki Naisa. Luke O'Connor. Sinachi Antonia Oganteo. Saad Ahmed Kadri. Dalal Lecrack. Shauna Lee Rogers Gormally. Thomas Rollo. Neda Sadat. Azan Safta. Daniel Sharp. Sarpreet Singh. Benjamin Smith. Oliver Strong. Ellie Taylor. Jacob Carl Taylor. Jessica Vickers. Ryan Warhurst. Adam Watson. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Business Management with Economics, Shakina Arafina. Mohammed Fode Arif. Joe David Bamba. Joshua Butler. Theophilus Kamziochukwu Chukwuma. Lily Crompton. Teresa Evans Medeo. Kira Gray. Miller Green Brigdale. Joshua Harrod. Sophie Jane Heron. Kasim Hussain. Talha Irfan. Callum Jackson. Jakub Jodwowski. Jordan Lawler. Millie Lloyd. Daniel Osamunyi. Mohammed Patel. Mohammed Zaid Patel. Zaina Patel. Tom Pelham. Malaika Rafi. Mehar Shahid. Fergal Tomlinson. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business Management with Economics with Professional Experience, Hamza Hassan Ahmad. Elliot Grime. Saher Nadeem. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business Management with Finance, Matthew Barber. Joshua Carroll. Hura Chim. Olatunji Daniel Dosu. Yasser Fulat. Morgan George. Charlie Horn. Chloe Ip. Alina Jabin. Neelam Kaur. Bilal Khan. Jazib Khan. Onamika Katun. Lewis Lamberton. Greta Lolite. Ethan Maguire. Zihad Majid. Jake Marsden. Aya Nagur. Samuel Simurda. Harry Mark Smith. James Wong. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business Management with Finance with Professional Experience, Teddy Ojijo. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business Management with Innovation and Technology, Francis Adeshogun Adefuyi. Alina Akhtar. Dolapo Akimbaroye. Mubarak Al-Sultan. Jenna Dempster. Ahmed Al-Mahmoudi. Anna Carolina Carlos Espirito Santo. Yang Green. Hassan Hayat. Daniel Javed. David Lawal. Mohammed Mutatsa. Benjamin Naylor. Luca Santoro. Ibn Shah. Hamid Ifyalua Shonibare. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business Management with Innovation and Technology with Professional Experience, Paula Senga. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business Management with Marketing, Syed Abdi. Daniel Adiniyi. Sydney Adonri. Ikra Afzal. Farhan Aman. Elizabeth Olusobomi Anibi. Harvin Kaur Arora. Grace Atede Lobo. Kelsey Bell. Abby Bolton. Faye Butterworth. Salma Shraby. Jordan Chung. Jamie Delgado. Manal Jady. Theo Edgerton. Jessica Fairclough. Joseph Flaherty. Harry John Edward Grindrod. Sandra Guedes. Ahmet Gleason. Yasmin Hall. Anna Hamilton. Ali Ahmed Hassan. George Horton. Owen Hughes. Halima Hussain. Kimberly Hutchins. Sarah Ilyas. Syed Mohammed Hassan Jaffrey. Shirlene Kadche-Gete. Amelia Caribbean. Ramisha Khan. Kurosh Koshtel. Alex Lau. Becky Lee. Maria Sahar Manan. Maisian Maguire. Haroon Mohammed. Kevin Myers. Ellis Newby. Joshua Numeke Uchtre. Reese Padgett. Rebecca Palmer. Charlie Parkinson. Amy Ralph. Huffney Sampleur. Bethany Tatton. Cameron Taylor. Jenna Travis Hill. Suhar Umar. Victoria Volova. Lauren Warner. Maximilian Weston. Matthew Wilson Evans. Ali Yunus. Mohammed Ayman Zabib. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business Management with Professional Experience, Alexander Earle. Isaac Loftus. Jesse Mbali. Nida Pervez. David Sanchez Razafa. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business Management with Sport, Nok Hang Chung. Andrea Conti. Jacob Frost. Joe Gordon. Adam John Hinchcliffe. Olivia Hughes. Harry Joblin. Sharif Kabah. Project Prasad Kulkarni. Sam Lydon. Michael Oliyinka. Charlie Oliver. Joshua James Philip Papula. Armand Rambetti. Brian Vu. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business with HRM, Adil Ahmed. Awad Hamad bin Karaya. Alexandra Bagutska. Rida Fatima Mardi. Rama Hussain. Agata Maturska. Oluwashemilo Ray Oyebola. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business with HRM with Professional Experience, Igor Kuzhnica. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business with Management, Maria Isoa Iribo. Patience Ndidi Odaya. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Business with Supply Chain and Project Management, Kehinde Elimi. Salma A.G. Anlawe. Lauren Green. Liba Javed. Adji Adama Korma. Diana Lorenko. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours International Business Management, Azariman Clementina Iweko. Aman Anwar. Joshua Masamba Bakidi. Joseph Bell. Luke Birkbeck. Amina Bazidi. India Brooks. Iva Mellers de la Rosa. Joyce Diaz Batista. Imani El Arabi. Demi Godfrey. Stuart Graham. Talia Guest. Hadia Ibrahim. Imantas Yogilas. Ali Ahmad Hassan Korbal. Munib Ahmed Khan. Diana Guadalupe Maga Medrano. Adji Majwa. Naeem Mohammed. Elliot Morris. Abdul Karim Nal Miza. Hazaifa Salah. Shagitia Salvaraja. Rael Senior. Elizabeth Skelly. Grace Timmins. Henricus Valiusis. Colby Whitbread. Georgina Wilson. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, International Business Management with Professional Experience, Archie Jenkins. Claudia Klekevsta. Oliver Scragg. For the award of Higher National Diploma Esports Business Management, Marcus Ryan. For the award of Master of Science Financial Technology, Maz Amjad. Asad Ullah Amir Ali. For the award of Master of Science Managing Innovation and Information Technology, Manikandan Balamarugan. Mohammed Fard Fazal. For the award of Master of Science Management, Oluwabigima Isaac Ajo. Rafayat Omalusua Salarin. Kainat. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Business Management, Rihanna Hussain. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Business Management with Marketing, David Fabumi.
Graduates and guests, that concludes the presentation of the awards. Before I invite the Pro-Vice-Chancellor to close the ceremony, I would like to inform you that our master plan is to get a group photograph of all of our new graduates outside the theatre on the piazza. Therefore, can I ask all guests to remain in their seats until all the graduates have left the theatre? Graduates, can you please follow the academic procession straight out of the theatre to the piazza for the photograph? Thank you. I would now like to invite the Pro-Vice-Chancellor Research and Knowledge Exchange, Professor Simon Green, to close the ceremony.
It's been a wonderful ceremony, and on behalf of the University of Salford, I should like to offer my own personal and sincere congratulations to each and every one of our graduates today. Please can I ask you to join me once more for a rapturous round of applause for our graduates. As we end our ceremony, it is now time for me to invite graduates to stand and to put on their hats as a symbol of their new status as graduates of the university. I now declare this degree congregation closed. May I invite the rest of the audience to stand.